Google Podcasts didn't fail because people stopped listening or because creators lost interest. It was my favorite app. It failed because it worked too well, too simple, too open, too free. It was a road that let voices travel unchained across apps and devices. It was RSS in its purest form, a feed, a subscription, a listener connecting directly to a creator without anyone telling them what to hear or when. And then Google decided to kill it. Just like that. They said, move to YouTube Music. Suddenly, all those podcasts you followed were no longer on that clean, quiet road. They were now inside a city with walls, gates, and guards. Your episodes became videos, your listeners became metrics, and the moment you tried to measure true engagement, it wasn't there anymore. YouTube doesn't track listens, it tracks watch time. It doesn't measure attention, it measures algorithmic approval. The openness, the portability, the independence, gone.
This is Into the Podverse with Tony Doe. Podcast innovations, challenges, opportunities, and culture from an African perspective.
Before we continue, a quick word about something I'm building, the Nigerian Podcast Index, or NPI. It's a public, independent directory created to document Nigerian podcasts, not rank them, not review them, just to make them discoverable and preserved. Too many Nigerian podcasts disappear quietly. The NPI exists so our work doesn't disappear with them. One important thing is that your podcast needs an RSS feed. An RSS feed is what makes your podcast a podcast. It's the open pipeline that allows your show to appear across platforms. Without it, your content is locked inside one app and platforms change. With an RSS feed, you own your distribution. Your episodes can travel, be archived, and still be found years from now. If you host a podcast produced in Nigeria or by a Nigerian anywhere in the world, and you have a working RSS feed, I'd love for you to submit it. It's simple, free, and manually verified. Submit your podcast at bit.ly/submityourpodcastng. Now back to the episode. I like to think of it like this. RSS is a public highway. You build it once and anyone with a car can drive anywhere. Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, they're all vehicles on that highway. YouTube, that's a castle with a moat. Sure, it's a big castle. Everyone sees it. It's impressive. But you're not really moving freely. You're a visitor, and the rules are theirs, not yours. And once your show is inside, you've traded autonomy for exposure, control for reach. And here's the thing. YouTube hasn't really solved the underlying problem for audio-first creators. You still have to submit an RSS feed. You still don't get true podcast metrics. And your episodes are frozen as videos, static and unadaptable. Updates don't flow naturally. Edits don't carry over. Listener experience is compromised. The platform is optimized for video eyeballs, not for ears. In other words, it's a fit-for-purpose solution that isn't fit for purpose at all, if your purpose is pure audio. Now, this isn't just a tech misstep. It's a reflection of how big platforms think about control. Google has always wanted to own the ecosystem, to capture attention and monetize data. Open roads, decentralized distribution, RSS feeds, they're inconvenient to monetize. So the roads got paved over and a castle went up in their place. For creators, the lesson here, even though it's a bitter one, is that you can play inside the castle, but you should never mistake it for home. The open roads of RSS, the public highways of podcasting, remain the only ground where your voice is truly yours, traveling freely, reaching listeners on your terms, without being filtered through a gatekeeper's algorithm. YouTube may be massive and it may bring audience, but it's not a home. It's a stage you rent. And the rent is paid in independence, control, and authenticity. So if you're building a show today, think of your distribution like a map. You need roads that last, roads you control, roads that let your voice travel beyond one empire's walls. Because the moment you put all your episodes behind a gate, you're no longer a podcaster with a voice. You're a tenant, hoping the landlord lets your audience in. And that's the quiet tragedy of Google Podcasts. It was a simple road. We were all traveling it. Then one day, the road disappeared and we were told to enter the castle instead.
That's it for this episode. Subscribe, share, and connect at Tony Doe Media. See you in the Podverse.